All right, let us introduce you to the TIM Instructional Planning model. This is a really critical piece of utilizing the TIM in general, because when we incorporate technology into the classroom, we have to keep three key things in mind. One, what technology is available to us? And so the questions that you need to ask are, what technologies are available to me? What are the affordances and limitations? In other words, how can I use the technology in the classroom? What are the limits of the technology in the classroom? What are the possibilities with the technology in the classroom? Those are the questions that you need to ask. And then how do these technologies relate to others that we've used? Why is that important? Because we have to be able to tie in previous learning experiences with current and new learning experiences, right? Continuously building what we've done in the past. So that's all in the technology available part. And we have to be mindful of that. So primarily in our early childhood grades, that will be iPads. That'll be the technology that's available, as well as those things that you guys already have been utilizing in your classroom. And there's a variety of those available. In 4th grade through 12th grade, that's primarily going to be Chromebooks as the technology, as well as other things that are available. What are some of the other technologies that are available? Canvas, Seesaw, some STAR testing, different things like that, different platforms that you guys have used. Okay. Curriculum demands. Is this a new concept for my students? What standards apply? What curriculum applies? Because we have technology doesn't mean we get to just go willy-nilly all through learning and do whatever feels good or chase some shiny object. Remember that we have Oklahoma State standards that we have to get our students moving towards all year long. And so we can't forget those things as we're incorporating the technology. So now we're going to check what's available, and we're going to combine that with what is it that I've got to teach my students. And we've got to be hyper-focused here, laser-focused on what those learning goals are, what those standards are, what the curriculum is. And then finally, student needs. Is this a new technology for my students? How can I individualize instruction, and what helps my students learn? Ask those questions. And the reason you want to ask those questions, especially with regarding, is this a new technology for my students? There may be some training involved. So for all of us at the beginning of the year, there's training involved. But then as we move through the year, there should be less training unless you're introducing a new technology. So those first few days of class, we're teaching all of our students how to navigate in Canvas, how to click around a little bit. But then as the students get older, they're incorporating things like Google Drive and Docs and slides, or maybe other things. Maybe this is going to be in your curriculum demands and in your student needs. Maybe you have a digital textbook that you're going to incorporate, or activities that are associated through Wonders or whatever. And so all of these things have to work together as you develop your lesson plan for your students. You don't want to put together a lesson that requires a technology we don't have available. You don't want to put a lesson together that doesn't meet a specific curriculum need that we have in our district or align with Oklahoma State standards. And we don't want to put a lesson together that's going to require more work on the student side to understand the technology in the long run. So at first, the students are going to have to learn some of that. But in the long run, we shouldn't spend more time on technology than we do on learning. And this is called the instructional planning model.